So DIMM formats are easier to install than SIMs. A key or notch cut into one edge prevents incorrect installation. So you see in the middle of this one, that notch on the 72-pin SIM is right in the center. But look over on the far left. That key is what prevents the misinstallation because the notch is right in the center. So on some of the newer memory, the notch is offset so that you can't get it backwards. So instead of having two king identifications, or two key pieces, I guess, the notch is just off center. So let's see, when you buy a DIMM, you must know the exact memory type. You must know everything about the memory, or you have looked it up in a book and they said, hey, this will work. They'll also give you brands that have been tested in that board. I would suggest that you get the same one, pick from one of the brands that they gave you. So again, if they're saying Kingston, 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 you should be buying Kingston, Kingston, Kingston. But if you hate Kingston, or you don't, the friend that you hate has stock in their company or something, then pick a different board, okay? So you want to check that before you commit to a motherboard. So make sure you're happy with that. I see all kinds of weird people, like not necessarily weird people, but weird situations where people, for whatever reason, don't want this kind of memory. And it's strange, but you'll run into this. It's weird. So I'm like, well, the motherboard's only going to work with this, so. Then they're like, well, I want to take a chance and try the other one. They'll pay you for your time to figure it out, but again, it's very time consuming. So DIMMs are found in larger memory sizes than SIMs. This is true because they're newer. We started out with SIMs, and then the DIMMs came along. So the DIMMs came along because of density. We couldn't make them longer, so we just double-sided them. So memory speed is measured in nanoseconds. 1/1000th of a second is a nanosecond. The lower the number, the faster the chip speed. So the lower the number, the faster the chip speed. So you might, back in the day, we used to talk about PC 3300, PC 2600, all that kind of stuff. So typical speeds are 50, 60, 70, and 80 nanoseconds. The motherboard documentation should list the appropriate speed. You want to buy the fastest memory you can afford to buy, and the most of it. EDO RAM can improve read times and overall performance by up to 30%. That's huge, huge. The chip outputs data from one address while setting up a new address. So it's doing two things at once. Just like we talked about the prefetch instructions and stuff like that for the CPU, they're pipelining data into it so that it always has something to do to keep up the most efficiency. So when EDO RAM came out, it was a huge improvement over regular RAM.